Morning children. So in the last class we saw about the cost analysis and the different types of cost and what is the relationship between average cost, average fixed cost, average variable cost and marginal cost, and the relationship between average cost and marginal cost, and finally we just ended up with long run average cost curve. Now let us go to the next analysis in this lesson, which is called as a revenue analysis. Before going to that, we need to understand what revenue means. Revenue is the money that the producer or the seller receives when he is selling the commodity. When the person sells the commodity, when the seller is selling the commodity, the amount of money that he is getting out of exchange of the goods and services is called as revenue. In short, it is nothing but sales revenue. When you sell a commodity, what the income that you get is revenue. And a revenue, again it could be said in another way also, the amount of money that is received by the firm when he sells the quantity of commodity at the prevailing price in the market. See, for example, a small example is given. A bookseller is selling 10 books. Each book costs 120 rupees. So what is the total amount of revenue that he gets? 120 rupees into 10 books, 1200 rupees is his total revenue that he gets when he sells 10 units of books at 120 rupees each. This is total revenue. Now, under the revenue concept also, we can classify the revenue into three broad categories. Sorry children, just a second. Under the revenue concept, we can classify the revenue concepts on three broad bases. One is total revenue, average revenue, third one is marginal revenue. Let us understand one after the other. Total revenue. In the example what I gave you, 10 books are sold at 120 rupees per book. So, what is the total income that the seller gets? 120 into 10, that is 1200. Here, according to this example, 1200 is his total revenue. So, in what is it? In verbal terms, total revenue is what? The amount of income. Who gets? The firm receives. How does it get? By selling its products. Okay, by selling the products, whatever is the amount of income that the firm is earning is nothing but total revenue. How do you arrive at mathematically when you how will you find total revenue? You can multiply the price of the commodity into number of units that are sold. Okay, price of the commodity into quantity that is sold. P into Q, that's all. So TR is equal to P into Q. Now let us see the revenue. See, the revenue could be understood on two broad bases. One is when the price remains same, what is the total revenue? And when the price changes, what is the total revenue? Now let us understand the first situation when price of the commodity remains constant. Okay, you see, you can look into the second column where the price of the commodity remains constant at 5 rupees. When 1 unit is sold, the price is 5. 3 units sold, the price is 5. When 6 units are sold, the price remains at 5 only. Now, when you the third column is nothing but the total revenue column. When you sell 1 unit at 5 rupees, you get 5. When you're going to sell 2 units at 5 rupees each, you're getting 10. So, total revenue is nothing but quantity Q into price of the commodity. When you're going to sell 6 commodities at 5 rupees each, your total revenue is 30 rupees, 6 into 5. So the last third column represents total revenue column. Now, with the help of the quantity, you can draw the total revenue curve. Now, look at this curve. In the x-axis, we have taken the quantity that is sold, and in the y-axis, we have arrived at we are taking total revenue. When 1 unit is sold, the quantity, the total revenue received is 5. 2 units, 10. 3 units, 15. 4 units, 20. Now look at the relationship between these two variables. What sort of relationship is this? An positive relationship or a direct relationship, which means when one variable is increasing, the other variable is also increasing. So what will happen when both the variables travel in the same direction? The curve will be an upward sloping curve. This I have told you many times. Okay, when there exists a direct relationship between two variables, which means when one is increasing, the other variable also will increase. When one variable is falling, the other variable also will fall. When such a relationship exists between two variables, you call it as a positive relationship or direct relationship. In such a case, the curve will always have an upward sloping. It will always keep sloping upwards. Now, you could draw the TR curve using the schedule given. Now, there is another situation where always you cannot expect the price to be constant, is it? See, suppose if you are a seller, when you wanted to sell more units of commodities, what will you do? Normally, you will reduce the price. See, when price is reduced, what will happen? Demand for the commodity will increase. When the price of tomatoes from 20 rupees, if it is falling down to 15 rupees, will the total sales increase? 100% it will increase. Where people buy 1 kg, they will buy 1.5 kgs. Or they will buy 2 kg because the price is falling down. So what will happen when price decreases? Automatically demand increases. When demand increases, initially you will be able to sell more units of commodities. Now let us see what is the total revenue situation or the nature of total revenue curve, okay, at declining price situation. See, when price is falling, declining, with increase in the quantity sold, normally it happens in perfect market competition. So the behavior of the TR curve will be obtained like this. Just look into the table. When you wanted to sell 1 unit, okay, when the price is 10 rupees, you are able to sell 1 unit. When you reduce the price from 10 to 9, you are able to sell 2. Like that, just observe the first column and second column. As price is falling down, you are able to sell more units of commodity. This is very simple law of demand only. Okay, when price falls, quantity demanded increases or quantity sold here increases. So, just find out what is total revenue. Total revenue, how will you arrive at total revenue? Quantity into price of the commodity. So, just look at the last column. 1 into 10, 10, 2 into 9, 18, 3 into 8, 6, 24, 4 into 7, 28. Like that, when you just multiply and arrive at the TR curve, TR values, just observe the values in the last column, that is total revenue column. Initially 10, 18, 24, 28, 30, 30, 28, 24. So what you can observe here is, initially when prices are falling down, the total revenue is increasing and it remains constant at some place, and then it starts to fall down. 30, 28, 24, 18, 10. Okay. Now with the help of the schedule or the table, you will be able to draw the total revenue curve under declining price condition. Okay, when prices are declining, what is the nature of the total revenue curve? You will be able to draw in the form of a graph. So, you take output or quantity sold in the x-axis and total revenue in the y-axis. Likewise, just plot 1 to 10 in the x-axis, and here the values are also the total revenue. When you see total revenue, 10 is a minimum, the maximum is 30. So you can just plot, you can mark TR in the y-axis. Just plot the points, the first column and third column alone. Just plot the points. When you join the line, you will get a curve where it will be like an inverted U. It will be like a mountain like. It will be like, it will rise upwards, it will remain constant at a particular situation, then it starts to fall down. Now just TR is given here, whatever I told you here, when TR is P into Q, PQ. When price is 3, quantity sold is 8. So total revenue is what? 3 into 8. This is the nature of TR curve when during the declining price condition. When prices are falling down, the nature of the TR curve will be an inverted U. Okay, it will initially fall, rise, reach a maximum point, remain constant, then it starts to fall down. The next concept in revenue is average revenue. Always we have learnt what is average. Average is nothing but sum of the observations divided by number of observations. Total divided by number, that's all. This is average. So we know, now only we saw what is total revenue. So it is easy for us to understand what is average revenue. Average revenue is what? Revenue per unit of commodity. When you sell one unit, what is the average revenue? Revenue, if you are selling 10 units of commodity, if you are able to get 120 rupees by selling 10 units, what is average revenue? 120 divided by 10. Okay, 10 units, 10 is the output that you are selling. So what is the value? 12 is the average revenue. So average revenue is what? Revenue per unit of commodity that is sold. How do you calculate it? TR divided by Q. Very simple formula. Total revenue divided by quantity sold. That's all. So TR, what is TR actually? It is P into Q. Total revenue is nothing but P into Q. So AR is nothing but P into Q divided by Q. So Q gets cancelled. Whatever you get is P. So average revenue is nothing but the price of the commodity in simple terms. Okay, average revenue of the commodity is nothing but price of the commodity. Please underline this, very very important point to be understood. How will you get AR is equal to P? Always we know that TR is nothing but P into Q. Average revenue, how will we arrive at average revenue? TR divided by Q. Instead of TR, you write P into Q. AR is equal to P into Q divided by Q. Q gets cancelled. So what is remaining? Price is only remaining. So average revenue is nothing but price of the commodity. Next is marginal revenue. The next concept is marginal revenue. We so far are the marginal concepts. What all we saw under the marginal concepts? Marginal utility we have seen, marginal productivity we saw, marginal product we saw, marginal cost we saw. Okay, and in the last class only we saw the relationship between AC and MC. Now the next concept under marginal this thing is, it is marginal revenue. Marginal revenue is what? Addition made to total revenue. In simple terms, the addition made to total revenue when you're selling one additional unit of commodity. When one extra unit of commodity is being sold, what is the amount added to TR, already existing total revenue? So there will be two types of definitions given for MR. It is addition to total revenue when by sale of an additional unit of commodity. When you are selling one additional unit of commodity, what is that you are adding to TR? And MR can be found by using two formulas. One is, what is change in TR? Delta TR is change in TR divided by change in Q. Change in Q is always 1 only here, because addition made to TR, when one extra unit is sold, what is the difference between 7th and 6th unit? 1. So change in Q is always 1. Change in TR, okay, that is the difference between the previous TR and the subsequent TR. That's all. So delta Q, delta TR represents change in total revenue. Delta Q represents change in total quantity. There is another formula to find MR also. MR is nothing but TRN minus TRN minus 1. See, in this case, let me take this example, that table 4.9 itself, how to arrive at TR, how to arrive at MR. Just assume the fourth column to be MR. Under the first situation, MR is TRN minus TRN minus 1. 10 minus 0, it is 10. Under the second, when 2 units are sold, MR is 18 minus 10, that is 8. When 3 units are sold, MR is 24 minus 18, that is 6. When 4th unit is sold, MR is 28 minus 24, that is 4. When 5th unit is sold, MR is 30 minus 28, that is 2. So this is how you arrive at MR, that is TRN minus TRN minus 1. Now again, let us go to the relationship between AR and MR. AR is nothing but price of the commodity. That is, average revenue is nothing but price of the commodity. Now, suppose if the firm is able to sell additional units at the same price. If the firm is selling the first unit at 5 rupees, means the 100th unit also the firm is selling at 5 rupees. That is, price remains constant, which means AR is remaining constant. What is the relationship between AR and MR? See, the relationship between AR and MR can be understood under two conditions. The first condition is when the price is remaining constant. What is the relationship between AR and MR? Next is when the price is falling down. What is the relationship between AR and MR? So these two we are going to see now. Under the constant cost condition, the first is, I'll tell you with the help of this table first. When first unit is sold, it is being sold at 5 rupees. Second unit, it is sold at 5 rupees. Fourth unit, 5 rupees. Sixth unit, 5 rupees. So the price remains constant. So when you know quantity, you know price, you'll be able to find what is TR. TR is P into Q. 1 into 5, 5, 2 into 5, 10, 3 into 5, 15. So you arrive at the third column, that is total revenue. Since all are mentioned in rupee, it is mentioned that the rupee symbol is given there. Now let us find the average revenue first. Average revenue is what? TR by Q. 5 divided by 1, 5. 10 divided by 2, it is 5. 15 divided by 3, it is 5. 20 divided by 4, it is 5. 25 divided by 5, it is 5. 30 divided by 6 is also 5. So, price is otherwise, average revenue is otherwise price. You can go with that way also. Then the third column, the fourth column, sorry, marginal revenue. Okay, marginal revenue is what? Addition made to total revenue. Initially, just go observe the third column. Initially it is 5. 5 minus 0, it is 5. 10 minus 5, it is 5. 15 minus 5, it is 5. 20 minus 5, it is 5. 25 minus 5, it is 5. 30 minus 5, it is 5. So, just now observe AR and MR. When price is constant, when price is remaining constant, MR also will remain constant. It will both the lines AR curve and MR curve, okay, will coincide with each other. So when price remains under perfect competition, the price is always uniform. Okay, when price remains constant or it is fixed, MR also will remain constant. Both the lines will coincide with each other. Now just with the help of the above table, you can draw a graph where output is taken in the x-axis. Price, that is AR and MR, is plotted in the y-axis. When you draw the line, you can observe that AR curve will coincide with the MR curve. Okay. This is under constant cost condition. The next situation is declining price condition. See, normally when the price is kept fixed, when the same price is being kept for all the commodities, you will not be able to sell more volumes of commodity. When will you be able to sell more units of commodities? Only when you reduce the price of the commodity. So, a rational entrepreneur, what he will do? He will always try to reduce the commodity to sell more units of output. So, that is the reason why many a times we could see the prices, when price is reduced, more quantity is demanded. As a result, sale increases initially. We saw the nature of the TR curve. Initially it increases, it remains constant, and then it starts to fall down. Now, the relationship I shall just first explain you with the help of the table first. Just observe, AR is nothing but price of the commodity. First column, quantity is taken. Second column, declining price is taken. When price is 10 rupees, only 1 unit is sold. When price falls to 9 rupees, 2 units are sold. Likewise, just observe, when the price keeps on falling, the quantity sold starts increasing. So, again law of demand is here. Now, just with the help of the first two columns, you will be able to find what is TR. Multiply quantity into price. So, you arrive at the total revenue, that is 10, 2 into 9, 18, 3 into 8, 24. You arrive at the third column. Now, let us arrive at marginal revenue. Marginal revenue, initially there is nothing to compare, so they have just put a dash. The marginal revenue when 2 units are sold is 18 minus 10, it is 8. When 3 units are sold, marginal revenue is 24 minus 18, it is 6. When 4 units are sold, marginal revenue is 28 minus 24, it is 4. Like this, when 5th unit is sold, marginal revenue is 30 minus 28, it is 2. When 6th unit is sold, it is 30 minus 30, it is 0. When 7th unit is sold, it is 28 minus 30, where you get minus 2 as the marginal revenue. Next, when 8th unit is sold, it is 24 minus 28. So, it becomes minus 4. So, likewise, we just observe the marginal revenue column. Marginal revenue, initially it is falling down. See, AR is falling down. Marginal revenue is also falling down. Marginal revenue touches 0 when 6th unit is being sold, and beyond that it becomes negative. Okay, now we need to draw with these values. You'll be able to draw a curve where you are taking a quantity in the x-axis and AR and MR in the y-axis. When you just draw the line, the AR curve will be a downward sloping curve. The red color curve is a downward sloping curve, which means when price is falling, you are able to sell more units of output. So, but never it touches the x-axis. When it is touching the x-axis, it means that price is zero. That is, you are buying goods without paying anything. It cannot be done. For sale, there should be a price which is being mentioned. So, just observe the MR column. Initially, it is falling down at when 6th unit is being sold. It touches 0 at some point and then it becomes negative. So, just observe the two curves. When AR curve is falling, MR curve is also falling. Okay, now you could observe the MR curve will exactly cut the AR curve, or else it will bisect the AR curve equally. So, it is an angle bisector of the AR curve. It cuts exactly, okay, at the y-axis, between the y-axis and the AR curve. It bisects the angle. Now, let us look into the explanation. Normally, firms, when they wanted to sell large units, they will have to reduce the price of the commodity. Price is nothing but average revenue. When AR is falling, what will happen to MR? MR also will fall. But which is falling faster? MR is falling faster. It is touching 0. It is becoming negative. So, since MR is falling much faster than AR, MR curve is very steeper and it is lying below the AR curve. That is the reason why the MR curve, marginal revenue curve, it is below the AR curve because it is falling very fast. That is the reason for the steep MR curve. And it should be noted that MR will be lower than AR. Both AR and MR curve, what are they? They are downward sloping curve. They are straight line from left to right side. The MR curve, what will happen? It will divide the distance between the AR curve and the y-axis. Okay, the distance between the AR curve and y-axis is exactly divided by the MR curve. AR curve into two equal parts. The decline of AR need not be straight line or linear. See, it need not touch the x-axis. If the prices are declining with increase in quantity sold, the AR curve can be non-linear, taking a shape of a concave or convex. Sometimes this AR curve can be a concave curve also, okay, or it can be a convex curve also, but it is non-linear. It will never touch the x-axis. That is what it means. Okay, non-linear means it will never touch the x-axis or the y-axis. Now, this is all with respect to the what is the relationship between AR and MR. This is an important 5-mark answer. Okay, when you write this 5-mark answer, you need to give the explanation, table followed by graph. Again, declining AR, MR, explanation, table and graph. Okay, now let us understand the relationship between the three concepts TR, AR and MR curves. Now, to understand this, I would like to just take you to the graph itself. When marginal revenue is, just look at the table itself. Okay, in this table itself, we'll be able to understand. When marginal revenue is positive, that is till the 5th unit, the marginal revenue is positive only. That is 6, 8, 6, 4, 2, 0. The total till that, the TR keeps on increasing. Just observe the TR. As long as MR is positive, the total revenue keeps on increasing from 10, 18, 24, 28, 30. Okay. Now, when the marginal revenue is becoming 0, the AR curve, the TR curve is at the maximum. Okay. When marginal curve is 0, the TR curve, total revenue, is at the maximum. Likewise, when the marginal revenue is becoming negative, minus 2, minus 4, minus 6, minus 8, the values, when MR values are minus 2, minus 4, minus 6, minus 8, just observe the TR. What is happening to TR? It is falling down. Okay, like this only you need to just relate and say, okay, what when MR is this, what is the relationship of TR when MR is like that? Now, just again let me repeat it. When marginal revenue is falling down from 8, 6, 4, 2 and then it is falling down, Just observe the nature of TR. TR is increasing. When marginal revenue is becoming zero, total revenue is at the maximum. When marginal revenue is becoming negative, TR starts to decline. That is from 30, 28, 24, 18, 10, it keeps on declining. This is the relationship between TR and MR. When AR and MR, we saw the relationship between AR and MR just now we saw. When AR is falling, MR also will fall. MR falls faster than AR. That is the reason why MR curve is lying below the AR curve, because it is falling very fast. Now, among the relationship between the TR, AR and MR, the elasticity of demand is also stated. The relationship between AR and MR curve. Just observe this. When the elasticity of demand is greater than 1, MR is positive. Just look at the curve here. Let me take the table itself here. It is the same table here, children. Okay, whatever we saw, it is the same table. When when MR is positive, okay, TR is increasing. That is till 6 TR is that is till the fifth unit, total revenue is increasing. Okay, total revenue is increasing. It is reaching till 30. Till that stage, okay, the marginal revenue is falling down. Okay, it is not touching zero. The marginal revenue is falling down. The value of elasticity is greater than 1 in this situation. At sixth unit, when sixth unit is being sold, where the marginal revenue is constant, okay, at that particular situation, the elasticity of demand, where the TR is at the maximum, where elasticity is zero, the elasticity of, when marginal revenue is zero, the elasticity of demand is equal to 1. It means where it is touching the x-axis, it is 1. Let me teach you the diagram also now. Now just observe the lower part of the table. From 7 you just observe. When total revenue is declining and marginal revenue is negative, okay, in such a situation, the elasticity of demand is lesser than 1. The value of elasticity of demand, it is lesser than 1. Now, the MR curve, the relationship between these three helps us to find the elasticity of demand also. Let me tell you once again, okay, when the marginal revenue is declining, but it is positive. Okay, please have this in mind. When it is positive, the elasticity of demand is greater than 1. The value of elasticity of demand is greater than 1. In this situation, the TR will be increasing. Now, when TR is at the maximum, that is 30, where MR is 0, the elasticity will be equal to 1. Now again, when TR is declining, where the marginal revenue is negative, when it is becoming negative, then the elasticity of demand will be lesser than 1. Okay. Now, just look at the diagram here, given here. The same whatever is given here in the table, you can just compute in the form of you can just project it in the form of a diagram also. Here we have taken two diagrams here to understand the concept better, because we cannot draw three diagrams in one one graph itself. For us to understand better, because we need to understand the relationship between three concepts, that is AR, MR and TR. Now, the same thing whatever I told you in the table could be better understood here with the help of the diagram. Now, when you look at the diagram, the first diagram, the diagram on the top, you have the AR curve and the MR curve. The diagram below, the total revenue curve is drawn. The total AR curve, average revenue, is a downward sloping curve because the price is declining price. Marginal revenue is also a downward sloping curve. It is below the AR curve. It is cutting the AR curve and the y-axis equally. Okay. Now, look at the second diagram where we have taken quantity in the x-axis and total revenue is assumed in the y-axis. Now, look at what will be the nature of the TR. Initially, it is increasing. It is reaching maximum. Then it is falling down. Now let us understand at which point or which situation where is elasticity is greater than 1. When MR curve, that is the blue color curve, okay, is flowing downwards and it is positive, that is it is in the first quadrant where it is not touching the x-axis, till that the elasticity is greater than 1. At the point where MR is touching the x-axis, you could see the TR will be at the at the highest, which is according to the example 30. Okay, now when the MR is touching the x-axis, the total revenue will be the maximum. At that particular point, the elasticity of demand is equal to 1. Now observe the last part. When MR is becoming negative, that is it is flowing downwards into the fourth quadrant, where the value becomes negative, it is below the x-axis, where the TR is just falling down. At that situation, the elasticity of demand will be lesser than 1. This is how it is being computed in the table is just converted into the graph, and the price elasticity of demand is also understood. With this, we are finishing the fourth chapter, that is cost and revenue analysis. And regarding the Q&A, the homework for the day, I want you to learn there is one sum, okay, which I shall teach you in the next class. We have a sum, okay, which I shall teach you in the next class. I want you to learn and write 28 to 31. Okay, learn and write 28 to 31. That is all for today's class, children. Have a good day. Bye bye.